Welcome back everybody to my journal series. This is the horse episode where we will be just experimenting with horses. We're in horse country, if you are unaware. This is a part of the world that I built a road through around an ocean, and it has an unusually large amount of horses. I don't know why. There's horses in this field, there's another field over there with thousands of horses, another field over there with thousands of horses. And there's probably many more horses that I haven't actually come across yet. So the aim of this episode is to experiment with them and try and maybe breed a very fast one, or even just find a fast one. I'm not actually sure how I'm going to do it, because it's going to be a bit boring me just hopping on horses, breeding, taming them, and then testing them, and then breeding them. What we've got here is a speed test. I tried to build the same speed test timer thing that I have in my city. It was an Etho design that I managed to interpret from his episode when he never actually showed it off that well. Unfortunately, despite having it in my world and working to perfection, I couldn't replicate it here for whatever reason. I just couldn't. So we got this one. Very simple design, yet very effective. I'll demonstrate it on myself. Basically, run through here. Timer starts, and then you run down here with the horse. Run through the tripwire, and that stops the timer. And I think you're supposed to look in here, and then I think you divide that by 10. So the number of items in there, you divide by 10, 6.3. That's 6.3 seconds that I spent travelling from there to there. I have done a few tests, like with a timer and all that, like an IRL timer, and I think it works. It's fairly accurate. But the thing is, it's at least going to tell us which horses are faster, because obviously the faster the horse, the less items there will be. Is he invisible? Hey, there we go. Anyway, yeah, so we've got a speed test, that's fine. This is just to lock it in place, make sure nobody walks through the gate. I've also forgot golden carrots, so I'll have to go back for them at some point. This is an interesting part of my world. The only way to access it is by flying, or if you fancy walking, then you can go by road. I might do a test actually, that'd be interesting. Is it faster to go by road, this road, or to just go like straight? Because the road obviously isn't a direct road, you've got to go join up with another road and then away you go to the city, whereas if I just go straight, am I going to get there quicker? We might do a test with that later this episode, who knows. Anyway, I'm going to get down to taming some horses. I've brought with me, well, we need to find a place to pen them all in, maybe just along here because it's nice and flat. But I have brought with me a load of oak wood and some jungle logs, but they can be used for sticks, I presume. We can make some fences and whatnot and just keep them in check. That's the aim. So I'll get to work on that. So I have got around to building a bunch of pens to hold horses in. I think what we should do is maybe create some signs. Let's craft some signs. We can use these to document the speed of the horses. I've only tamed one so far. I'm under no illusions this is going to take a long time, because taming horses isn't the easiest task. Let's go for the first test. What you want to do, I think, is stand a wee bit back from the line so that you're at max speed by the time you get up to the tripwire. As you can see, the timer's working on the right, and that means it has stopped. So let's have a look. Now, 62 other skills means 6.2 seconds. Was that actually 6.2 seconds? I'm not sure, but this is the measurement we're going with. So 6.2, let's remember that. Let's get the horse back in its pen. And let's add the sign. Might as well add it on the... can we... How does it look if we add it there? Oh, that looks terrible. 6.2. We could do 62 as well, to be honest, but 6.2, 62, same digits. We can probably make the conversion quite easily. So that's the first horse. I should add, this is what I've brought with me. Well, I've brought name tags just in case we fancy naming any horses or we run out of planks and we've got to name the horses after their time, which I don't mind doing. But one of the items, one of the useless items I've got a lot of is saddles. Got loads and loads of saddles from fishing over the years. Many chests fulls and barrel fulls of saddles. So we're going to make some use out of them today. As you can see, this is just one small area, and already there's like, what's that, about 10 horses? Unbelievable. And then there's even more over there. I've got a big task to do in order to get them all tamed and ready to race, shall we say. So benchmark has been set, 6.2. Not quite sure if that was fast or slow. It seemed kind of average to me. It didn't seem too slow, but it didn't seem super quick. So I think that's a nice average to go by. 6.2 seconds. I mean, honestly, I could time it in the video. I might time it in the video and we'll have a good laugh as to whether it was accurate or miles off. Anyway, I need to tame horses. I'll see you in a bit. By the time you get up to the tripwire, as you can see, the timer's working on the right, and that means it has stopped. So let's have a look. Now, 62 other skills means 6.2 seconds. And many hours later, as you can see, yes, I have tamed a lot of horses and brought them into the pens. So obviously the next stage is to check their speed. Just to clarify, I didn't get every horse. There's a massive field over there with hundreds more, and I was just like, nah. I might go and check the speeds of them and see, you know, bring the faster ones over. But these are all the horses from this field, and then the next field, and then one over there. So, and then a few from the one over there. So the point is, this is a lot of horses. I've never really experimented with horses. I used to use them a lot in UHC, but obviously in recent years most games don't allow them. In survival, I've never really used them as a primary mode of transport. However, I've just been interested in discovering if I can tame a really fast one. So yeah, then we need to get down to the arduous task of testing all the speeds. So that one is 6.2. Let's test this one. There's the... Oh no. Alright, let's go again. Get up to full speed. Here's hoping the horse doesn't stop. All of a sudden it's flashing. For some bizarre reason. And we got 55, so that's 5.5. This horse is now... well, it's faster than the first one. So all we do is we go and... well, let's jump off. Alright, 5.5 here. And then we'll test the next one. Again, I'm not sure if that's 5.5 seconds or anything. But we know it is faster than the one we tested earlier. And here we go. And there's another one. 6.4. One stack exactly. Just throw all those wither skulls back in. What was that, 6.4? I'm worried I'm going to forget. In fact, should we go again? Just like double check, see if it's consistent. I mean, in theory it should be consistent unless, you know, lag has something to do with it or the horse stops. 6.4. Yep, 6.4 again. Okay. So that last horse was the quickest so far. 5.0. Now this one feels like it's going to be the slowest. So let's test it out. As you can see, very sluggish. If I get lazy, I might skip the slow horses, but it'll be interesting to compare. Right. Oh, jigs, look at that. So that's what? 7.7. I should say the distance between both posts is 60 blocks. I believe is a good enough distance to test the speed. Of course, I think horses are fairly similar when it comes to, or they're fairly consistent when it comes to acceleration. I don't think they really need an awful lot of time or space to do so. And of course endurance isn't a problem. They don't have a hunger meter or endurance or whatever. So that means we can pretty much ride forever. That felt kind of average. 5.8. You know, this doesn't actually feel too bad. I feel like this stage is going to go pretty quickly. That felt pretty fast. 5.4, yeah. Very quick. Oh look, forgot to replace the ones from last time. This one's fairly rapid too, although I think it's going to be more average. But yeah, this is the task for the next few hours. Try and get all the horses timed. We'll just do it once through. I don't think there's really a point to, you know, doing the test over and over again. Okay, last one for on camera for the moment. This one seems to be very, very slow. Let's place a guess. I reckon it's going to be over 8. I'm going to go high 8s. Oh, well, that's definitely high 8. Alright, here we go. Take 2. As I said, I reckon it's going to be over 8 seconds. It might even be over 9. 60 blocks. Yeah, this horse is not rapid. Maybe we could try and breed a very, very, very slow horse. Right. Why, look at that. Look at that. So what's that? That's 102. That's 10.2 seconds. Gee. Okay, so performance has taken a hit. Not only have I brought along a load of horses, but I've added a load of signs. I've tested the speed of every single horse. And I think the fastest one was a 4.3. The problem is I don't remember where it was. We're going to have to go and have a look. Well, there's a 7.4. Obviously not that person. The fastest was a 4.3. Ah, here we go. 4.3. So this is the fastest horse. Very, very rapid. It did score 4.2 in the first test, and I couldn't believe it was so low, because the next lowest was like 4.9. So I thought, this guy's clearly odds. Yeah, look, 4.2. So there's clearly variables. Tick lag or something like that, I don't know. But this is the second fastest horse, or the fastest horse, full stop. Slowest was about 10.5, so clear difference. What we're going to do is breed using this horse. Let's make a double pen, because, you know, that's kind of necessary. Second fastest horse was, I think, 4.3, or was it 4.4? Let's have a look. So I saw 4.5. I think the second fastest was a 4.4. So we'll take this horse then. Right, we've got to remember, grey. Well, I've got fit video evidence. Oh, hello. I swapped horses there. So yeah, grey one is 4.3. Well, we can measure and redo it if we have to. So, I haven't bred horses an awful lot. What we're going to do is pick up some golden carrots. I think golden apples work too. We're going to pick up some wheat, because that enables us to grow the baby horse, and we've got a saddle, so we can instantly test the baby horse. I think the only thing we need to wait for is for the breeding thing to reset. Like, I don't think we can breed these guys straight after. So, baby horse, here you go. Here's your first meal. It's a big one. Breakfast like a king. Jeez, this is taking a while. I only ever used to do this with bees. The reason there we go. The reason I did it with bees was because I was worried that I'd lose them. There we go, that was easy. Because back in the day, as in 1.15, they used to, like, fly so far away. You know, this horse is pretty rapid too. Not sure if it'll be as quick as either of its parents, but it's worth a try. Let's have a look. 4.6. That's not bad. See, I'm not sure if there's an exact science to it. I remember watching Etho back in the day when horses first came out, struggle with trying to breed them and, you know, trying to figure out the formula. But I wonder if they're more stable these days, or more consistent in terms of breed 2 fast horses and you get a fast horse. Ideally, the dream is to get a horse that goes sub 4. That'd be epic. Because currently 4.2 is the fastest, 4.2, 4.3. So we need a sign for this horse. We've got some more peds. We can add more in a bit. What was this, 4.6? So that was a pretty fast horse. While we wait for them to breed up, I do have an idea of what I want to do. What other thing I want to do this episode. There are donkeys over here, believe it or not. We could follow the road. It's been a while since I've been over here. Road just kind of goes down. I know it's defeating the purpose. I'm flying and I'm not actually taking the road. But, you know, might as well use the wings. One thing I learned the other day is... ooh, wandering trader. One thing I learned the other day was that... I don't have a bed, rats. Elytra don't actually break. I found that out today as well. But the other day somebody told me Elytra don't break. I always thought they did. Not sure how I feel about that. I kind of think... obviously that's good because you're not going to like lose them by accident and they're kind of rare and all that. But at the same time I feel like you should get penalised if you forget. Oh, there we go. Oh, I forgot to bring up ballet. Wait, no I didn't. So I thought I forgot to bring one of these. Alright, what if that's the first donkey I've tamed? Wonder if... Oh yeah, there's a beehive over here, so this is obviously 1.15 terrain. Boom, right there. And there's a bee. In case you didn't know what one looked like. Okay, I've just thought we should do an experiment with the slowest horses. I've got two 10.5 horses. Let's see, this is the other one. If we just hop in here. They're both... Well, that guy's good at jumping. What's our health? The health's okay. I see horse health isn't as OP as it used to be. Let's just feed these two. And here we go, we've got their offspring. We'll do another speed test with this chap. Right, how fast are you? Let's try and get you out. Yeah, pretty fast, although I don't think they're as slow, sorry, as our parents. So that's kind of what I anticipated. I kind of thought that the child would be more within the reasonable horse range, although still slow due to the parent speed. But I don't think this will be above 10, if I was to guess. Yeah, see, that's only, what, 70, 80, that's only 80, so it's still slow. Slower than either of the donkeys, but it's not, like, terribly slow. What was that, 80? We'll add this person to a pen. And, yeah, as I said, I should think about getting some more for the other horses that we end up breeding. Oh, wow. I have got a sore head from this. Just so much horse breeding. And we're not really doing all that well in terms of breeding a fast horse. The fastest horse we've bred is this one, 4.4. This is the only, it's the winner by a clear country mile, I think. There might be one or two others that are, well, below 5. Okay, yeah, there's a 4.5. But the point is, it's very, very rare to get one below 4.4. The fastest we've got is a 4.3. And if this timer is accurate, that means 4.3 is the highest number. Well, it was 4.3, 4.2, remember, but I have timed it more on a 4.3 than on a 4.2. And 4.2 is arguably the highest you can get. Okay, just got another 4.2 there. If we do the maths, 4.2, well, actually, I'll just get my calculator out to demonstrate. The fastest horse in Minecraft was about, according to the wiki, was I think 14.23 blocks per second or meters per second. This course is 60 blocks. 60 divided by 4.2 seconds is equal to 14.28. The fastest is 14.23, so it's fractional. Obviously, it's not completely accurate because there are repeaters, which means the clock does start slightly late. The other point is there's not going to be many horses that are faster. Any horses that are faster than this one, it's only fractional. Similar to the 4.4 ones, I've got easily more 4.4 horses than this one. This one is a freak of nature, and this was a randomly generated one. What's its health like? Its health's not bad, but the point is we are going to be here a long, long time before we ever get one that's as low as 4.3. I should say most of them are... Well, most of them are fast. I don't know, the slowest is like 5.7 or something like that. So they're all faster than average. But they're never really going to... Well, they're never going to get below 4, sorry. I know at one point I said I want sub 4, but I then looked at the wiki, which I maybe should have done at the start, and readjusted my expectations. So sadly, I've edited the episode up until this point, and I figured out, first of all, I lost the mule footage. Footage of me breeding a couple of mules, looking at donkeys and things like that. I'll basically go over what I figured out. First and foremost, I figured that all donkeys are the same speed. Although for some reason, I've changed one of the signs. I don't know why I put a donkey in a pen that says 4.8, but basically every single donkey is clocks in at 7.9. I will prove that right now. Yep, there we go, 7.9, 64. Oh wait, that's 80. Well, I mean, it's only 0.1 off, or 8 I should say, it's only 0.1 off. Alright, so 7.9, it was close enough. Let's try this one. And I guarantee this will get 7.9. Also, I should say, I've edited the video and I've used the Vegas timer, and I found out that this timer is slightly off. I mean, we already knew that. We already knew it was slightly off. Okay, yeah, that's 7.9. So yeah, the point is all donkeys seem to be the same speed. Well, that's 2. Shall I prove it with one more? I used the Vegas timer. I ran the first ever horse we did again. This one here, 6.2, and it came in at 6.4, I think, on the Vegas timer. So I should probably have done that back at the start to readjust my expectations. It doesn't really change anything, in all honesty. The only thing it changes is how we understand these speeds in relation to the fastest possible horse in Minecraft. Yes, that's 7.9 as well. All donkeys seem to be the same speed. Did I know that? No, I didn't. I do now, though. This here is a mule. Comes in at 5.2. We've got another one over here. This comes in at 5.7. So mules do have differing speeds. I bred the mule with a fast horse to try and get it as fast as possible. I mean, it's faster than all the donkeys, and it's faster than probably the vast majority of the horses. And obviously the good thing about these beasts is you can leave items in them. So I guess before shulker boxes, these were the only sort of storage you could carry around with you, other than ender chests. So I mean, that's kind of cool. I've never really used these. I used them in isolation with 3D spotters. We made good use out of them, which was kind of fun. However, these days, obviously, we've got shulker boxes. Although early game, you could argue early game they're pretty good. Like if you're on an SMP that isn't going to open the end for a wee while, you can maybe get away with using these to carry your stuff around. Or technically, there's only so many shulker boxes you can carry. If for whatever reason you've got a full ender chest and a full inventory of shulker boxes, hey, you can maybe fill this with shulker boxes too. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to do a final test for the episode. I was going to test jumping, but I've decided I have less interest in jumping than I do with speed. We found out speed. We've discovered that... Which horse was it again? Was it this one? I think it was this one. We've discovered that this horse here is the fastest. It gets pretty close to the max speed for a horse. Not quite there, but it's almost there. It's in the upper percentile. 4.2, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 runs. I'm going to do them, like I'm going to time them via Vegas, and we're going to see which is the quicker route. So the first route I'm going to take is via the road. So I built this road a wee while ago. I actually built it over many years technically. It took me a long time to build. But I'm going to take this road all the way back to base, and I'm going to set the end point at, shall we say 0, or shall we say let's just say my main base, the beacon at the main village area. That's where we're going to ride to, and I'm going to go via the road, and then I'm going to go off road, and we'll see which is the quickest. And I'm hoping it's the road, but I've got a bad feeling that it's going to be off road, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what we're going to test right now. Okay, so we've got the first leg of the test, the speed run. I'm riding with my horse, the fastest horse that I have, down the road, and the aim is to get back to the base, back to the beacon that's kind of in the middle of my village area. It's obviously, like, the road has several advantages. For example, there's bridges, so we can cross waterways. There's gentler slopes. The road is quite a direct route in the sense that you're not going to go off course. Just follow the road and it'll take you exactly where you want to go. Obviously, if I had multiple roads, it would be a lot more difficult because you'd have to do some sort of navigation, but my world's not developed in that sense. So one road leads to... well, it leads exactly where we're going to go. As you can see, I've sped up the time as well, so we don't have to do it in real time. You can see the timer at the bottom there is going by just as, or, you know, twice as quick. Or not twice as quick, but it's going past quicker, as is the footage. So we should get there reasonably soon. We're already 4-5 minutes into the run so far. Just going through a swamp. It's nice to, you know, use the road again in a video, given it took a long time to create. So yeah, that's kind of nice. Just approaching the city at this point. We're just about to go through it, and then we'll be at the end. So we're pushing 7 minutes at this point. I'm not trying to go fast, I'm just travelling along it as I would normally. I did get stuck at the start a wee bit, but as you can see, we've come in about 7 minutes. I'll leave the time on screen. Now we're on the straight road, the direct road. that doesn't actually have a railroad. We're just going overland, the most direct route possible. I do try to stick to the plains up first, but before long we're in amongst the trees, we're having to cross water, and it's not a very good time. Well, obviously the biggest issue is the trees. Trying to find a way through the trees with a horse, which is obviously a lot bigger than the player model, is very, very challenging. I wouldn't say it was as difficult as I thought crossing the water. You just have to find places where it's narrow or one high, then jump and hope you make it. I didn't always make it, but sometimes I did, or sometimes it was easy just to nudge the horse over. But looking back on it, it is very likely that if we hadn't had too many stops due to trees or water, the times would have been a lot closer. I mean, they were already close. Spoilers. We're already 4 minutes in. We've got a nice largish plains area here to stick to. And that's certainly helping us put the miles behind us. More trees here. And again, I sort of know the way to go, but it would be a lot easier with a road. A road would tell you exactly where you've got to go, and that was a pretty big delay there, having to push the horse over the river. As you can see, we've just passed the 6-minute mark and managed to jump the river there, which was quite convenient. Got stuck there, managed to get out of it though. We're finally in a plains area, which I believe is the last plains area before base. Yeah, you can see the old iron farm coming into view now. And as you can see, I've passed the time already, 7 minute. I'm over the 7-minute mark, so it was quicker taking the road, but not by much. I thought I would try this very fast horse with a speed 2 potion. Might be quite cool. And we're going to go and check out the arena timer, the horse arena timer in the city, see if that still works, because of course I did try to recreate it in the place we were just at, but it was unfortunately, well, I was unsuccessful. Yeah, look at this. This is rapid, very, very fast. Don't know how many times I've said rapid. Just to clarify, there has been some not so rapid horses, as you probably saw at the end. That glitchiness when the horse goes upstairs is rather whack. Anyway, yeah, let's head around there real quick. And yeah, I do need to go back because I left a bunch of stuff there. I left like shulker boxes and stuff. Oh, here we go. Alright, boom. Does it work? It actually does work. 2.9. That's 2.9 seconds, I believe. Or 2.8, sorry. That's like double the speed. That's incredible. Yeah, so this timer still works. I don't understand why the other one didn't. But whatever. I'm not a redstone expert, so I don't think I could really debug it that well. Yeah, I think we're going to end it there. I was going to test a jump of horses, but I was less interested in that. Obviously, the hearts is... I think the hearts is a bonus. As long as you just like take care of them when you're riding, especially at night, you should be alright. But I mean, no one really uses horses much these days. It only took about, I think, 5 minutes along the road. Anyway, that will do it, I guess, for this episode. Thank you for being a part of it and watching. I will see you for 294.